My name is Strix9. I'm a 26-year-old transgender woman. I've been on HRT for 2 years, and I'm now questioning my place on the gender spectrum because of people like Calvin Garrah. Transgender people, like Calvin, make fun of people like me, transgender people who don't pass, either because they don't want to or because they can't. I fit in the latter half of the group of people Calvin seems to despise. I have no desire to wear makeup or dress in feminine clothes, only because I feel like a cross-dresser when I'm wearing them. I'm making this video virtually because I have no desire to let people like Calvin judge me, but they'll likely judge my voice anyways. And that brings me to my first point. Calvin Garrah effectively persuades his viewers to judge other transgender people based on first impressions. Voices, outfits, and body shapes are all pieces of a puzzle to him. If one piece doesn't fit, the whole piece is unfinished. If the puzzle is unfinished, then that transgender person isn't trying hard enough. Or maybe they're not even really trans in the first place. To Calvin, all pieces of a puzzle have to be present for someone's identity to be considered valid. However, I posit a different viewpoint. I believe that people are more than just pieces of a puzzle to be put together, then judged when the full picture is revealed. I don't believe a puzzle piece is out of place if somebody's voice, body, or style isn't perfectly parallel to the definition of girl or boy. I believe that people are a mosaic, more than a puzzle. A mosaic is a complex image made of smaller, simpler images. Not every image in the mosaic is going to perfectly match up with what is masculine or feminine. But when you view the whole mosaic, you still get the intended image. To drive my point home, let's drop this metaphor entirely. Calvin Garrah is attempting to categorize transgender people as truly female or truly male. It's an inherently destructive manner of judgment. It's a judgment that has nearly led to me detransitioning twice. Not because I wasn't transgender, but because I'd never looked cisgender. That brings me to my second point. The goal of transition should not be to look cisgender. The goal of transition to be to achieve gender euphoria. Gender euphoria is a phenomenon where transgender people will look at themselves and be proud of their transition. For many transgender people, recovering from gender reaffirmation surgeries and seeing the new shape of their bodies creates gender euphoria. For others, the simple act of dressing a certain way or even being addressed a certain way is enough to create gender euphoria. If our goal for transition is to look cisgender, we will ignore all possibilities of achieving gender euphoria and only set ourselves up for dysphoria if we do not look the way we want to. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that Calvin has built. If you look for imperfections, you will find them. If, instead, we looked at what gave us euphoria, we would be much happier as transgender people. And that brings me to my final point. Calvin Garrah is making transgender people like himself and his viewers incredibly depressed. We look at our bodies and constantly judge them to incredibly high standards that, for a majority of us, will be completely unachievable. A very small minority of us have the financial support to end up looking like Natalie Wynn or Buck Angel. And even less of us have access to reputable doctors who can achieve the goals we seek to achieve. When we compare other transgender people's bodies to what we believe to be a good transition, we are inherently judging ourselves by the same standards. When we say other transgender people's noses are too masculine or their lips are too feminine, we will then see those imperfections in the mirror. If we instead compare our new bodies to our old bodies, we will see all the great things that have changed since we began transition. For me, I was experiencing gender euphoria long before I even had access to hormones. I was getting my hair cut in a new way, and dyed many different colors, and it led to more confidence and a positive self-image. I started dressing in tighter clothes and wearing brighter colors, and my confidence grew stronger still. If you are watching this video, and you're a fan of Calvin's, please understand this. You can do it. You can look in the mirror and see how your body has changed. You can compare yourself as you are now to who you used to be, and you can be proud of that. Don't use unachievably high standards to compare yourself or others to. If you just look at yourself, you'll find happiness, I assure you.